Hello, everyone. So today's back day. If you can see, I did a little quick warm-up set, and today I'm gonna do something a little different. You know, for the lat pull down or the pull down motion, I'm gonna do an underhand, which is something I don't tend to do actually. But I saw a video and it kind of made me rethink some things. So I'm gonna try it out today, see how it feels. And honestly, I'm just gonna not necessarily wing it because I have my things that I kind of preset and I planned out. But this is, again, the underhand on the pull down is something that I don't always do. But I definitely want to see more definition and a lower insertion in my lats. And I want to make sure that even though I'm staying the same, with my workouts, that I'm also doing a little bit of variation so I don't get stagnant. I'm going to start off a little heavier. I'm going to start off at 175 because I feel like I've been stuck at 160, so I'm going to see what I can do on the lat pull down, but I'm going to see what I can do at 175 today and really just work. And if I can't get to, 10 to 12 on that, then, I'll drop it and go back to 165. I'll probably add something on there, but we're just going to jump right into it. Ooh. And make sure you stretch it. Being real, we're gonna work there. We're gonna work at 175. I got to 8 and it was hard, but it was a good stretch. It was a good workout. I did a little stretch, I did a warm-up set with 115 pounds, 10 reps, and I stretched before. If anyone wants to see me stretch, I can kind of throw in what I do. It's not much, but it's a stretch. And never go into the gym without stretching. Never go into your working sets without doing a warm-up and a stretch before. I take these straps off. That sucks. I had to lose the straps. They kind of become a nuisance sometimes too. So keep that in mind. I'm actually drop this to like 170 and lose the 5 pounds for the last set and try to get more. Like even right now, man, I mean, the wings in my back are pumped. I want to probably, I'm most likely going to do 4 sets of this because the second set wasn't my favorite. And if you notice too, I'm keeping my elbows in as best as I can. Shit. If you noticed, I crashed out a little early on that too. I think for this, because I don't really want to be in here too long today, I'm going to just do this until I completely crash and then move to a barbell row on the Smith machine. This is 165. And if you notice, like, I'm not swinging too much, but I am getting some momentum with that kind of like, I'm kind of letting the momentum take me, and it's stretching me out a little bit in my back. And then right as I'm up, I'm kind of using it to the momentum a little bit, but not like, just a little squeeze. So let's get into this at 165. And what I brought up earlier about that lower insertion that I want to see, I definitely feel that. I feel like in my lats, in that wing spread, I feel it higher up versus right here, I'm feeling some stretching. So it's definitely worth my while personally. Let's keep going. I'm about to do some barbell rows. Personally, I wear a belt for the stability because you're going to be bent over, kind of a little bend in your knees and the hinge of the hip. And you got to pull up. And this is to me, and I think that some, a good portion of people would also agree that it's hard on your back and kind of test your will. Like, with the overhand, it's hard to want to keep on to the bar with that, so I'm going to see what my straps can do for me today. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. You're not gonna like it, but the best thing to do is to push yourself. I got 8 out of both of those sets. Honestly, I like to get 12, maybe sometimes 10, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go with this probably twice more and try to push the needle, go a little harder, and keep the form better this time. So let's go. That point when you're like, I can't do anymore, and then pushing out partials is where your resilience and true measure of strength comes in, because that's where you know that you're going to see your growth, and you're like willing to push past all that stuff in your brain and be like, I want the growth more. Whoa. We are going to do low rows. What's a different attachment than I usually use? Well, no, that's not true. But I tend to every week switch up the attachment based on what I did. And I like low rows because you can get that, like, for me, right? I kind of, again, do the extended pull out where you'll see how far I'm going out, because I like to get that stretch in the lower back. And then also when I'm pulling here, I get some upper back, and I get that middle back. Is really what I want to work out too. So, I'm definitely gonna feel this tomorrow. But yeah, I can do this. I can do 145 and get something of substance out of this. And again, like, if you notice, I'm extending pretty far out, and it does wonders for me. A lot of people that do these kind of videos might go against this, but I'm all for it. I've been doing it for a while now. I'm cooking that. I'm gonna drop that weight now. All right, let's get this party started. I'm at 135. I'm gonna do all I can with 135, and I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, let's do it. I want lower lat insertions. And I really want to be able to feel it. And right now I'm feeling that. And I want to have a strong lower back so that when I take off some of this excess fat I have from the bulk and just not being on top of the food all the time, when I get to cutting, that you really see the point of that extra stretch to the lower back, which I also get out of deadlifts, but I don't always get to go to a free weight gym because this is the closest gym to me that's 24 hours. Come on, we got some more. We got some more. Right. I'm gonna do single arm curls, just sitting down, single at a time, really get that curl in, and then at the same time, right after that, I'm gonna do some, I don't know what they call it, pulls, so that I can get some traps going on. Put my feet up, kind of get my legs out the way. So I'm gonna get a 60 bar. Probably actually a so I like to use this to work my traps. I tend to do shoulder shrugs. Some people say shoulder shrugs don't work for them, but for me and my traps, it's worked so far. I'm gonna say this: I'm not a science-based lifter. The growth that I have, and if you follow me on Reddit, if you've come in from Reddit, and you've seen my before and after, from when I was 125 pounds to now I'm creeping up on 170. And that was over a span of a couple of years of on and off training, but I'm not a science-based lifter. I don't claim to know a lot of science. Only science I know is the physics that I'm taking in class right now, which that's its own struggle. Give myself a little rest, a little something. I'm gonna say this too about biceps. You can tear your bicep off. I've never seen it. I've never done it, but you can do it. I don't do heavy weights on biceps. I tend to do 30 and 35. That's the most. Before, when I was younger and lighter and a little more inexperienced, I really only did 20s. Like, I think I just started out with 20s one day because that was what I could do, and I stayed there for a while, and now I'm at 30s and 35s. I stayed between 20s and 25s for a while, and now I'm at 30s and 35s. Don't do too much trying to do too much with biceps. And I just put my feet up to kind of get my feet out of the way. Do a full range of motion if that's what you like. I couldn't do no more. Preacher curls. This is what these are. The resistance kind of leaves you, with the dumbbells versus here it's constant. So we're gonna pump these out and really try to get the bicep big and give it that pump so I can probably do some shoulder shrugs and then hop on the bike. Let's put my arms closer together. A little squeeze. Damn. Cooked Central? I can't believe that. Alright, we're gonna do some shoulder shrugs. I got 70 pounds. That's what works for me. It's heavy. I like it. I get the work in. I'm gonna put my head forward and I'm gonna do that. Kind of get that shoulder shrug. I don't know. When you were a bad kid growing up and you was hiding your homework, you don't be like, where the homework that was due? You like, I don't know. Let's go. I have decided that this is the end of my road for biceps. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to go back over there, hit my traps, and hop on the bike. I'm cooked. And not in a way where I'm like, oh, I'm so sore, I can't do anymore. But like, I need to go to bed. I had work today. It is what it is. And, I need to make sure that I'm getting as much sleep as I am working out. To do a little flex before I hopped on the bike. Arms, but like I don't really know a lot of poses. It's just how I flex. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the bike, get some cardio in, and we'll meet at home. Back day was today. We're back home in my usual setup with my mysterious lighting and some food. We got some salmon, we got some rice, we got some spinach. Uh, Again, with my schedule, things have been harder to kind of like hit those cows in the middle of the day with a lot of things kind of changing. But, you know, just make sure that, you're doing your best. I'm not here to police myself to a certain extent or anyone else, who likes being policed. Nobody. Make sure that you are eating enough, eating good stuff. And one thing I will say is, looking at my physique, something that I do want to kind of pay more attention to is making sure that I'm getting cardio in, so that I'm making sure that as much muscle that I'm gaining, I'm making sure that I'm keeping the fat gain to a minimum. Not really something that's like super, bad or anything for me personally. It's just, a newer a newer goal that I want to be a little bit more keen about. But anyways, back day is back day. I throw in a little bit of arms and some traps. I'm actually hoping to throw in an extra day this week of just strictly arms, um, because I did kind of train biceps hard, but I think that Saturday night, which it's Friday morning now, but yeah, Saturday night or like Sunday evening, I'll probably get in some biceps, triceps, the whole arm thing, maybe even some forearms, and just kind of get, the whole arm thing out of the way, because I don't like when people, or even me, like when arms are neglected and they're kind of like, oh, you kind of throw them in, which I kind of at this point have been doing a little bit more just because of my schedule. But it's something that I do want to rehone, and rehone in on. I will say about today, if you guys have any comments, questions about my form and, things like that, you guys, are welcome to comment or, give tweaks to working out, has a lot to do with having good form, has a lot to do with knowing what you're doing, but also has a lot to do with you knowing your body and you knowing what makes sense for you. And there's so many guys that do so many different, and girls, you know, that do so many different kinds of things that, you know, aren't huge on form all the time, you know, and they still have great physiques and are very strong and et cetera, et cetera. So it just, you know, make your focus. And again, I'm always open to learning and have an open space and open forum, you know, for that. Yeah. Also, you can find me on TikTok at JhoLIFTS as well. It's really just kind of where I put the shorter clips to get people to come here. If you guys, you know, want to see the full thing. For me, really pushing it to the max and try and weight, you know, and not going like, oh, I did 130 pounds last week, I'm gonna go 180. That's ridiculous. But going 130 last week and then seeing what 145 does for you, which is what I did, is something that I encourage, you know, because it's honestly how I've been able to move forward in my journey thus far. You know, I started off doing, you know, lat pull downs at maybe 80 pounds, you know, when I first started all of this. And I was stuck at 115, you know, for the longest, you know, some months ago, probably, you know, before I was really bulking and stuff like that. And now, you know, I'm doing 175 with, you know, less reps, but I'm at 175. And I think that when you try to go, and that's what I kind of want to mention about, you know, my back. Even if you can't, because again, like everyone wants to get those, you know, 12 reps, right? Or not everyone, but most people do. They want to get to those 12 reps. And it's like, even if you can't get to the 12, if you can get 6 out of 200, or again, for beginners or people that, you know, are not as, you know, strong or not, you know, trying to lift that much weight, you know, if you're at 80 pounds, but you can do 6 with 90 or 95, I think it's worth trying. And, you know, once you're stretched and once you've started and warmed your body up a little bit, I think it's worth trying to do the 95 pounds at 6 and then keep going, you know, and trying to, what I do is drop weight. You know, like I drop weight and, you know, I try to get more reps out of it. But, you know, that's just something that I do and something that I've worked on and something that has gotten me to be able to, you know, go harder, you know. So next week when I'm back at back, I'll probably do 175 pounds again and I'll push for more reps, you know. So not always every week, like every week I'm going up, so I don't want to lie, but I'm saying it's like, okay, you know that you can do 12 reps at 160 when you're fresh. Okay, we know that, good, let's go to 175 and try to get 6, and then we'll go down and wait and try to get more reps later, but let's just go for it. Okay, now we know 6 at 175 pounds. Now next week coming into it, I'm gonna go 175 pounds and I'm gonna try to push for 8 or 9 of real reps, not, you know, because I was, you know, kind of crashing out and doing partials. But, you know, now next week I'll go to 175 and I'll try to do real reps of 8, you know, and then I'll partial it out at 12 or whatever, you know, and then the week after that I'll get real reps of 10 maybe or 11, and then the week after that I'm good 12 reps of 175, and then I'm like, cool. I do that a little bit longer now, you know, a month later or so, based on my workout schedule, I'm good with 175. I can go to 190, you know. So it's definitely something that I want people to pay attention to, and you guys are working out with me. It's definitely something that I want to put an emphasis on of how I do stuff and, you know, how I've seen my growth. And again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, let me know. And so I want to say thank you for watching, and comment, like, subscribe. And if you're interested in seeing when I'm uploading, which is, something that I'm going to try to do, 3 to 4 times a week, you can, hit the post notifications and, be updated when I'm doing new stuff. So thanks for coming. This is JhoLIFTS, and I hope you enjoyed the video.